Alright, good evening everyone and welcome to Season 17 of Phoenix SimSport. We are having 4 Assetto Corsa races each week once again. We will have, we had a brilliant battle on the same track that we're going to race tonight on KAZAN Ring. In the new RSS Formula 3 cars that we're going to be used this season yesterday, and today let's see if the Mx5 drivers can do an equal job and provide us with some entertainment on the same Kazan Ring circuit. As you can see on the screen right now is the 10 circuit calendar that we'll be racing on from the start of January to the end of March. Plenty of very interesting circuits, including Macau, North Live, and Long Beach as a season finale. And yeah, and we will have TCR race in about 2 hours time, so that will also be streamed. And then we will have a Formula 1 race on Sunday on the VRC Formula Alpha 25 mod. That will be 8 p.m. I believe UTC on Sunday. Anyway, as you can see or you can hear rather, in the background, qualifying has now started. It's the usual 10-minute qualifying session. I think we have 17 drivers tonight participating in the first round of the brand new season. I'm HC. Joining me in the commentary booth is once again Arthur Ballon. Hello, Arthur.
Hello, HCE. Indeed, like you said before, a brilliant race yesterday. And I know for certain that today the track will also deliver great racing.
Yeah, but the curbs were a major problem yesterday, and on these MX5 cars, even though they're kind of better at jumping the curbs, but some of the curbs could still be a bit of a problem for the drivers tonight, as we have our 18th driver joining, which is a rather large field for the opening race of the season.
I mean, you're completely right about these curbs. I tried this car and track combo earlier, and at the exit of the corkscrew, you have that left-hander coming onto the long straight. I tried to use the inside curb there, just spun me around each time, so let's see how drivers will navigate that today.
Let's go on board with the third place driver from last season at Rom6, missing out on the championship title in very cruel fashion in Catalonia at the end of last season as he approaches turns 1 and 2. He did go slightly wide on the final corner exit on his outlap, but that shouldn't affect his run towards his first flying lap, which has started right now.
Very fun track. As said before, curbs are high. We're heading towards the highlight of the track right now, the corkscrew. Lots of elevation change, about 25 meters as Rom6 sets the first purple sector.
And he is
left-hander right now.
Yeah, he is incidentally 0.2 of a second faster than our reigning champion, Mr. Scoot. Of course, with that brilliant comeback in season 16, the American will be looking to go back-to-back in season 17. But so far on their first lap, it is advantage to Rom6.
Is indeed.
And I think Mr. Scott has a bit of traffic. There's a car right in front of him, so he's gone even slower in sector 2, even slower than his outlap, because he didn't even set a green sector 2. So, yeah, not the best opening lap from our reigning champion as Rom6 now into the final corner. What will be the first benchmark of the day? It is a 1:34.282.
Absolutely rapid as he's sending it down into turn 1 again. Lost rear there a bit, he had to catch that, so that's already going to impact the second lap.
And Marcel Mx5 backed off, I think, on his first attempt, the last time I checked on his onboard, and yes, so second placed in the championship in season 16 is only starting his first proper flying lap, and there's a car spinning on the outside of turn 1, that is Mx25, whose actual name is Denise Ferreira from Portugal.
It's fun to see all the types of nationalities joining the track each time. Great variety, of course.
Yes, indeed, we have got well, let's have a look at the entry list. We've got currently on the stream Alex from 6 from Hungary. We've got Alex Supporter in the chat once again. We've got Matt Pryor from Great Britain, of course. Pablo Gutierrez from, I believe, Spain. Yes, he is. Currently, fourth place Maverick is from Northern Ireland. Then we have Jenna, who is Gennaro Olivero from Argentina. Jumping up to fifth is Nazari Kanish from Ukraine. As P8 Funky is Braden Fowl from Australia, which I believe he's racing at sometime crazy like 6 or 8 a.m. right now. So he stayed up all night for the race. Uh, let's see what Funky can
Sincerely
do.
hope he hasn't woken up for this race, really.
Yeah, Mr. Scoot doesn't have a lap time on my screen, which is weird.
Doesn't have one on mine
Okay, so
either yet. Might be invalidating.
perhaps, yes, indeed. And we look down the order. We have it's Roland currently not having a lap time in P17. That is Roland Callier from Canada. We have, I believe, three North American drivers in the server. That is Mr. Scoot and Sarah Klein from USA, as well as Roland from Canada. We also got the Argentinian Gennaro Olivero that we talked about. Who have we missed so far? We've got Twist currently in second. I think that is Tom Wood from Great Britain. I don't even see him in the SimGrid entry list, but he is a returning driver. Of course, Avidas Kvidaravicius, the name that makes our commentator's job very hard, is from Lithuania, of course.
Always fun when you see such a name for the first time, just trying to decipher it. But yeah, really excited for this season. Track list is of course amazing. Not as uniform with TCR as last season. Unfortunately, I'd love to see these cars around the Zolder, but that's just my personal opinion.
Well, but Macau and Nordschleife back to back is going to be crazy as the Spaniard
It will
Pablo
be.
Gutierrez moves up into third, just 11 thousandths faster than Maverick, aka Andrew Tagad, and he now jumps into the pits. So if he drives out, he'll have one more lap, and Maverick is going to have a bit of traffic. That is a car getting out of the way after running wide at the end of the back straight there. I couldn't catch who that is, but at least he got out of the way relatively cleanly. I believe that is Luis Rubiales, it is. The other Spanish driver in the server. Yes, he is from Spain indeed.
I
Ah,
mean, North Life will be
yeah.
special, especially long straight, man. The amount of bump drafting and move changes.
Yeah, I mean, Macau and Nordschleife back to back is going to be absolutely crazy. I missed the driver because he's not in the entry list that I made because I don't think he was in the practice server. It is Teja Sharma currently. Without a lap time, of course, he is from India, so some Asian representation in the server as well. We've got drivers from, I believe, 4 different continents at Twist now. So that's a purple second sector, but he needs to improve by, what, 6 tenths to go top? I'm not sure if he's doing that right now.
No, not really, but yeah, lots of continents. Can't wait to see Antarctica one day, maybe.
I think we had an African driver in Dylan before. If I'm not, no, he's not from Africa. I don't remember. And my memory is bloody awful as Twist does improve his lap time, but he stays second. Leila Petralia now, the Italian, moves up into third. And Mr. Scoot, our reigning champion, with one, maybe 2 laps remaining, if he has enough fuel, is down in the eighth now, as Ferreira, the Portuguese, jumps up into sixth.
All still to play for most of these drivers. Some are setting onto their final lap right now. Alex
Ooh,
Maverick moves up into P3.
yeah, a best final sector. That is a great, great achievement from Maverick. And Pete beats Leila Petrali by 2,000 of a second. I don't know if they're teammates still this season. I think they are. If they're not,
I think they are, yes. I
okay.
was in the VC earlier and they were talking about a livery for their team, so
And Marcel Miku
I
is in the
think they're still
pits.
teammates.
He's P10.
Is he gambling it all on another great start, or
That is shocking as Romsix keeps pushing the benchmark higher. Let's see, Mr. Scoot, what can the reigning champion do? Into the final corner, completely understeers off. That's gonna hurt his lap time. That's not an improvement. Alex Romsix is going to dominate as things stand. Look at the gap that he has.
absolutely unreal? Nearly 6/10 he has on the nearest car, really. The field is quaking right now, probably.
Yeah, because the
Him to
gap,
P7 is a second.
yeah, the gap from P2 to P10 is what, 6.5 tenths. The gap from P1 to P2 is 5.5 tenths. That is a humongous lead by Alex Romsix.
I mean, it's clear he has it down because he's making that Mx5 look fast on track while being fast as well.
Exactly. We've also got Daniel Bermudez. So I don't even remember him in an MX5 server. I remember he did the Tatus race last season. So we have, I believe, 3 Spaniards in the server. Pablo Gutierrez in 5th, and Daniel Bermudez in 13th, and Luis Rubiales in 14th. As Mr. Scoot goes green, green, and can he pull the rabbit out of the bag? Romsix goes faster. He has 8/10 on the rest of the grid.
This guy is crazy.
And Mr. Scoot goes
I mean,
5th, so good recovery from
yeah,
the American, but he's still a second off.
don't want to say we have a champion already. It's only Q1 for round 1, but if Rom6 completes or just stays competing at this pace, he might have it all figured out for the rest of the season.
I mean, one thing is for sure, he's carried his season 16 second half form into season 17. The other two championship contenders a bit lacking, you could say. And finally, I've seen another driver that has a higher ping than me because he's from Australia. Because yesterday, I believe Andy Park from Chile had 250 ping. As Funky, yes, you are in the chat. So yes, I mean, well done. It is 6 a.m. for you. I don't know if I should call you Braden or call you Funky because your in-game name is not the same as your nickname, should I say? But it's a good effort. Nice at racing at 6 a.m. without sleeping beforehand, I believe. And hello, Sarah Klein, as well in the chat, who well, unfortunately didn't get to set a lap time, as well as Strikers also in the chat, who I believe, yes, he got third place in the first Tatus. There's no Tatus anymore in the first F3 race yesterday, and he's cheering for Mav and Mox. I believe Mox is indeed the Portuguese driver, Denis Ferreira. So Sarah wants to skip qualifying, and yes, that is probably safe because we did see 2 red flags in one of the F3 races yesterday, and the stars can be a bit, I don't know, temperamental, I guess, on this track.
I know what hotkey to install later, and that's the teleport back to pits button.
Ah,
I forgot to do that one.
okay. Anyway, let's do a
So we'll
rundown of the grid. We got Acrom 6 who beat Twiz by 8 tenths of a second, I believe, at the end of the qualifying. They will share the front row. We've got Maverick, aka Andrew Tagat, starting alongside his teammate Lele Petrelli. I have no liveries, apologies for that. We will fix that next stream because I was still doing the car highlights about 5 minutes before the race started or the qualifying started. Mr. School, the reigning champion, will start alongside the debutant Pablo Gutierrez from Spain. We've got Matt Pryor and Ferreras, aka Mock, starting on the fourth row. Funky, the Australian driver racing at 6 a.m., will start alongside one of the championship contenders last season, Marcel Miku, down in 10th. That's going to be disappointing for the Czech driver. Then we've got Gennaro Nazari on the 6th row, Daniel Bermudez, Luis Rubiales, Levidas Kritaravicius, Tejo Sharma, as well as two other drivers rounding out the grid as we await for all of the lights on my screen to illuminate. I will be looking at ROM 6. Why is the camera facing this way? It doesn't matter. We are lights out and away we go. It's a brilliant start from the Hungarian. It's a bad start from second place driver Twiz, and he is already dropping back and getting swallowed by cars left, right and center. That is Mr. Scoot going from 5th to 2nd, Asa. That is a brilliant start from Mr. Scoot.
Absolutely crazy feat he pulled off there. He's still trying to hold off of Twiz into the corner. He's around the outside. Does he make it stick? Unfortunately not, but he'll still have the straight up next.
Yes, still 5th to 3rd. It's a brilliant start. There's chaos back there. One of the drivers have spun. I believe that is that Teja Sharma? No, it's not. It's another driver, but let's focus at the front. We've got Mr. Scoot harassing Twiz, but after a poor start, Twiz somehow holds on to 2nd because his start was suboptimal, to say at least.
I mean, sometimes you just have one of those starts where nothing works. After that, it's all about recovering, which is something that has to be done now this race.
Battle for 7th there. That is 3 wide. Matt Pryor. We've got the Portuguese driver Ferreira and the Spaniard Pablo Gutierrez all battling for 7th place. We've got drivers going off in the background. We'll check on them later. So that is, I believe, Matt Pryor ahead of Ferreira in 7th. We've got Pablo Gutierrez in the bright yellow car in P9 as they duel it out with Funky, the Australian, right behind them. It's a four-way fight for P7 as diving down the inside is Maverick, and they have all passed Twiz. What's happened to Twiz? He has lost 3 positions in the end of the first lap, dropping down from 2nd to 5th.
Clearly, the race is not working as well as qualifying, unfortunately, there. But Maverick will probably be happy to not be in P5 right now.
Yeah, but he might be P5 very soon because look at Marcel Miku. He started P10, he's already up to P6, but ROM6 is running away. We've got side by side for P7 again. Matt Pryor defending the inside line to the corkscrew. Can Ferreira go around the outside or try to set up the corner? There's not enough overlap there, so Matt Pryor holds on to the position. We've got Pablo Gutierrez using a different line coming out of corkscrew, but he's going to lose a bit of exit speed. In fact, he's got a good exit there. So very close. We've got 2 packs of racing, basically, one from P2 to P6, the next from P7 to P10.
Just bump drafting Maverick there earlier to get back closer to Leila Petralia, who's currently in P3. So it's clear he's trying to work this out tactically just to catch back up to the front.
Oh, Twiz! Twiz is making a
ROM6
dive!
might be difficult though.
Yeah, Twiz is making a dive in the final corner on Maverick. He's got the phenomenal perfectly, and Mr. Scoot almost spun. What a save by Mr. Scoot! He got caught on the outside curb at the final corner, and now there's 3 wide down into turn 1. Marcel Miku has just made a quadruple overtake! 6th to 2nd! What am I watching?
This guy's absolutely crazy. I mean, yesterday he stated he did not like the track with the F3 cars, but I think he's liking these Mx5s just a bit more.
He's made 8 overtakes in basically 2 laps, and he's just done a quadruple overtake. I don't know if I mean, he did a triple overtake, I think, in Kyalami a couple of seasons back. This is actually a quadruple. That might have also been a quadruple. If that overtake in Kyalami 2 seasons back was a quadruple, he's done 2 quadruple overtakes in the space of 2 seasons, essentially. Ridiculous.
Absolutely crazy indeed, man. I mean, on ovals you're usually, for example, 3, 4 cars wide. Even then, I'm instantly backing out. To do that on a regular track is special, man.
It is, but he's now got Mr. Scoot hunting his rear. I think Scoot does have more pace than Marcel Miku here, so Marcel Miku's second place may not be safe just yet. We also saw Maverick trying to bump drive Leila Petrali on the back straight. We're now focusing on this battle, a 5-way fight for P13. Teja Sharma is currently the lead of this group, and he has got Luis Rubiales touching him and spinning him. That is a bit rude from Luis Rubiales, just completely wrecks Teja Sharma, and Daniel Bermudez is losing the car and into the gravel. Goes the other Spaniard, and in all of that, Evitas Cavitanavicius come out the best, and he's gone off in the final corner. And so who's gone off the best? It's actually Luis Rubiales, who started the contact and ended up in P13, and that group has just completely evaporated. Meanwhile, Mr. Scoot on the outside trying to challenge P2 on Marcel Mikuasa.
Oh yeah, Mr. Scoot will be trying to get that position back after Miku just absolutely swept in there, and Scoot as well with his mistake earlier. He's in the bump draft right now, or in the slipstream, and he's pulling out already, so I think he's going to try and make the move around the outside into the next braking zone, the heaviest braking zone around this track. Here we go right now. Seems like he's edging ahead, but Marcel Miku just hits that apex a bit more perfectly. They're still side by side, however. Twiz also regaining the position from Petralia there in the back. Wow, Jesus Christ. Words. Mr. Scoot, however, not alongside Marcel Miku anymore. He's really taking claim of this track. Miku will be trying to get a gap here soon.
Yeah, but he can't because Twist is very fast and he's just fended off Leila Petralia's attack. Matt Pryor, meanwhile, couldn't defend against Ferreira at the end of the back straight. He tried to defend inside line and went way too deep. So position 7 has been lost by the British driver. The Portuguese Mox25, aka Diniz Ferreira, has moved up into P7, but now he is under pressure. Matt Pryor, as Mr. Scoot dives down the inside of the hairpin, but he's overshot the corner. Marcel Miku, the wily old fox, does the cutback and retains second position, but because they are fighting, look at this group of cars, they're all closing in on this train.
It's genuinely such a large pack racing right now as Twist tries to make a move into the corkscrew. Doesn't work yet, but they're very close. Petralia tries to make it stick around the outside of Twist right now to maybe get that position there.
Oh, they are two
Petralia
by two.
in the slipstream of Mr. Scoot. She's making it work.
She's gonna bump draft Mrs. Scoot. Maverick pulls to the inside. They're gonna go 3 wide down the back straight. We've got, I believe that is a grey or the yellowish car of Maverick on the inside, and Petralia backs off early on the brakes. And Maverick so basically, Maverick passed Leila Petralia. That's the only change that happened on the back straight, but now he is on the not preferred line because Leila can carry more speed around the outside. The teammates will go side by side through the penultimate corner. I don't know why I don't have their liveries because I didn't delete any folders. So they should still have their liveries from last season. I do not understand. That's just come up to me as a thought. Do you have?
Strange.
Can
I
you see
also
them?
don't have any liveries.
Okay. Maybe they are not GUID bounded because everybody is on different names in the server. I don't know, but well, it is what we can see right now. It is a bit harder for me to see who is who as Ferreira makes a dive on Leila Petralia, and Leila gets scared and does the opposite lock at the hairpin, and that's gonna lose her all the momentum up the hill down towards the corkscrew. And Denise Ferreira, after overtaking Matt Pryor a lap ago, is moving up to 6. Leila is barging her way back through and closing the door on Ferreira, and Ferreira is round. That is so unfortunate. for the Portuguese driver on his debut here at Phoenix SimSport. A bit of argy-bargy there with Leila Petralia has ended his hope of a potential top 5.
Exactly, will not be happy. I mean, Petralia is a very good racer, but at times, in my opinion, a bit too aggressive on the moves after losing a position due to a mistake. So it's unfortunate to see, but we know she can also drive cleanly. But she has a drive-through for cutting,
Oh
so
my god.
hate to say it, a bit of karma, so to say, from that
7th
contact.
warning. That's 7 warnings in 10 minutes. Because you get 6
Well,
safety nets.
I
That's a
I
7.
don't know. No, I wanted to say I don't know what corner, but I was talking about Ossersleben. That's where I tested out a few track limits which were kind of strange. Or was this track? I don't know, but I know there's either one of these tracks where you're just on the curb, not even cutting the corner, and it still gives you a warning. But
Yeah, because
yeah,
it takes the most close to tarmac white line as the limit, because the white line is so thick here. Even if you get on the curb, it will still ping you as track limits. Because
I,
yeah,
yeah, I think it's turn 2 or 3, or it depends how you want to call it. But there's a that tire wall thingy at the apex there. I think it's there that if you get too close, it gives you a cut.
uh-huh.
Petralia off again at the corkscrew, spins out after hitting the gravel there,
Oh
manages to
god.
save it. So
It's really gone from bad to worse for Petralia and Ferreira. They were fighting for P6 a lap ago. One of them is down in 10s, the other is down in 12s. We've got battle for P13 here between the Spanish driver of Luis Rubiales and the American of Sarah Klein. We'll also keep an eye on the battle for third because Mr. Scoot has lost pace. Marcial Mico has pulled away. And Twist now is putting all sorts of pressure on Mr. Scoot. The reigning champion is showing a bit of weakness here in KAZAN.
I mean, it's only a race 1 of 2 right now, but after that last season, Scoot has kind of dropped back, and Romsex has really picked up the pieces.
He is. He has a 7.5 seconds lead that is insurmountable unless he has some traffic, but I don't think we will see a traffic problems as big as yesterday because we had 27 drivers in F3 and well, 18 tonight in Mx5, and also these cars go around the lap much slower compared to the ISS F3 cars, so in a 20-minute race there's less chance of getting lapped even though you're a bit off the pace. And unfortunately, our only Canadian representation, Roland Kaliev, has dropped out of the session after, I believe, a very early speeding penalty in the pit lane. I don't know if he's dropped a start or something and had to go through the pits, but yeah, unfortunately, not the best day for Roland Kaliev, the Canadian.
Either way, Nazar Nazari, I think that's how you pronounce it correctly, is starting to put some pressure up for P9 right
I
now
think he's just been passed
against
by a
Ferreira.
recovering Ferreira. I think Ferreira passed Nazari,
Yeah,
Kanish,
true. Ferreira
yeah,
was at
on the back
P10.
straight. Yeah.
My apologies, but he's
Ooh,
trying to
saving the
stay as
car.
close as he can.
Yeah, huge slide there on the final corner from Kanish. I don't know if the K should be pronounced because I am no Cyrillic expert because yeah, I don't know how to pronounce Ukrainian names. As Sarah Klein keeps putting pressure on Luis Rubiales. Can she try to make a move here? Rubiales has gone slightly deep in quite a few corners, but Sarah Klein just can't get the exit right either. So a battle at the end of the point scoring position because the top 15 do score points. So every point matters, especially for these midfield runners, because a good weekend can really elevate your positions if you just get that extra couple of points.
I've just seen Teja Sharma get lapped interesting
Okay.
process. The car was nearly
Oh,
stopped on track, and now it's a cutting drive-through, so that's
not
not
ideal.
optimal for the car in last place.
No, not ideal at all. But we're gonna look at the replays as things have calmed down a bit on my screen at least. If anything happens, please tell me. I will immediately cut back to live actions. What I wanted to watch was how... Oh, it's very laggy. Holy crap. Okay, it is... Okay, why is the replay so laggy? It has about
I
8
don't
frames.
know, but Funky has just gone off at the final corner. They're in P11 right now, about to get passed by P12.
Have I just broken the game?
I
No,
hope
I'm
not,
back.
because there's still 5 minutes left.
Okay, Funky. Yeah, he's lost positions, so we didn't catch that on stream. Apologies for that. He's dropped from P8 to P12. As Layla drives off in the hairpin, way too deep for the Italia, and she's saving her car again. It's a one issue that we have seen Layla from last season, that her setup sometimes is just so oversteery. As Funky misses a breaking point, understandably, at 6:30 a.m. without sleeping all night.
I mean, it's either waking up early or sleeping very late. Either way, seems like some hellish conditions in my opinion.
I'm gonna try the replay again because, okay, it is extremely laggy. I don't understand. Something is wrong with my replays, so they are not usable, which is unfortunate because I was really looking forward to seeing some of the actions that we missed live, but that probably needs to be done on another day. But we got a battle for P7 potentially. It is.
Yes, we do.
Oh, he's passed him. He's just passing into turn one. That is Denise Ferreira passing Pablo Gutierrez and up into P7. A really good recovery job from the Portuguese driver after the little unfortunate contact with Leila Petrale, which dropped him from P6 to P11. He has recovered back up to P7.
Really good race so far by Ferreira despite that incident, so it's a very, very good thing.
It is, and yeah, as Striker says in the Twitch chat, Mav and P5, name a more iconic duo. he, he can't escape
Not
it,
wrong.
can he? He just can't escape
Cannot,
it.
man.
Well,
I wonder
if
if his real life is also like that, just constant 5 number things.
he's closing on twist a bit. 2.5 tenths last lap. Basically did an equal lap 9, and he was also almost half a second faster on lap 8. The gap currently is what, a second, basically. A Scoot sets a fast lap of the race. Is he finally finding form?
Might be, but the gap's still too big.
You say that. Well, to be fair, we only have 2 laps remaining, don't we? And we have, I
Yeah.
think that's Teja Sharma trying to, yeah, get out of everybody's way after his drive-through. So yeah, he's going really slowly, trying to not impede like Maxime Baldige did yesterday, who unfortunately took out 2 podium contenders in both races. Well, thanks to him, I got 20 more points, so I should thank him, but don't do that, kids. And Maverick's up to P4, what's happened there? We've completely missed that.
I mean, he might be relegated back into P5 right now because that's Twiz immediately back on his gearbox.
It is.
Making the move down the inside. They're side by side. They're going into the braking zone very, very soon. Heavy braking.
He's
On
done
the
well.
outside there is just pretty painful, but Mav is still holding on to it for now. Still side by side.
This is
Now they're
great
going into
racing.
the final lap battling.
This is
Matt
great
left the
racing.
inside now, so he takes a position back for now.
Just about, but he's got a poor run. Twist will get the switchback. Twist will get the inside line to turn one. Can Maverick hold it around the outside once again? Trying to break later. Twist turns in. Maverick turns in. He's gone slightly wide, but still within the limits. And he's got more momentum going around the outside. And he will have the inside line for the hairpin. Twist immediately going back, trying to pressure Maverick into defending. Maverick doesn't defend. Twist can't stand it to the inside.
We'll have to wait until a long straight to make that move stick. That's really the last spot, except for the final corner, where you can really make your mark. So will a mark be made there into the corkscrew? They go right now.
There's traffic. Who gets out of the
Traffic
way?
indeed.
Oh, Twist gone slightly deeper, but Maverick has slightly missed the apex. Who's going to get the best run coming out of this most crucial exit? Twist is still within battling range. Is he? 3.5 tenths is a bit far back, you know? He is a bit far back.
Might be a very late dive bomb. I mean, anything can still happen.
Maverick needs to spot the breaking
Right.
point, which he does. I think he's safe. Or is he? Romsix will come around the final corner to win the opening round of the season. In KAZAN Ring for Season 17, the Mx5 series, as Twist tries to look to the inside of Maverick in the penultimate corner. They're going to go side by side towards the final corner. Maverick closes the door. Can he hold the line through the final corner? Yes, he can. And he will take P4 in a photo finish on the opening race of the season.
Brilliant from both those drivers. That was just amazing to look at, really.
It was indeed, and a P8 on my screen for one of our debutants, the Ukrainian Nazary Kanish. Leila Petralia will be disappointed after her drive through to take P9. We have then got Gennaro Olivero, another debutant from Argentina, finishing inside the top 10, and incidentally, he will be the reverse pole sitter, so we'll start from P1 alongside Leila Petralia in race 2. Unfortunately, Funky, the Australian driver, just misses out on that honour as he finishes in that very painful P11.
I mean, P11 does have the benefit of starting kind of behind the winner, so you can easily follow to navigate traffic if it works out, of course, which it doesn't always.
That is true. But yeah, once again, congratulations to Rom 6. As I was in the middle of congratulations, I had to cut the camera quickly because I saw Twist look into the inside of Maverick in towards the penultimate corner. But yes, a pole to win finish, the best that you can hope for the Hungarian driver who misses out on the title by, I don't know, 8, 9 points, actually 4 points only last season, and he's putting out a statement. However, his two closest championship contenders did finish second and third after a less than optimal qualifying outing. Marcel Miku with that quadruple overtake, which unfortunately, because my replay is still somehow bugged, cannot watch because I'm not trying it again. It might just completely stuff the game. So we've got a lot of drivers getting kicked. What's happened there? Bermudas has been kicked. I believe
That
was
is indeed very
that
strange.
Matt Pryor also getting kicked? Ooh, Funky
Maybe they're
said.
using cheats.
Yeah.
They've all
Funky.
been exposed now.
Yeah, Funky says he had a massive lag spike and crashed final corner. That is so unlucky. So yeah, P11 is very unfortunate for the Australian driver. But yeah, we've got a couple of drivers getting kicked, and of course Roland who disconnected on his own after a bad opening race of the season. But yeah, Marcel Miku, after starting from P10, P2 must be a delightful result for the Czech driver, as he does beat the reigning champion in Mr. Scoot, who finishes about 2 seconds behind Marcel in P3. We've got Maverick beating Twist in the end by 1.4 tenths of a second in P4. Matt Barra, let's hope the British driver can rejoin the server before the second race, which is going to start in about 2.5 minutes time. And then we've got Mx5, aka Dennis Ferreira, who has finished in P7, will start on the second row for the reverse grid race 2. And we've got Sandy Burge once again, the supporter in the chat, hoping for a Mox domination. We're judging by the pace he's shown in race 1. I would say top 5 is definitely possible. A result better than that would probably require a bit of luck, as Matt Pryor does rejoin the session, so well done to Matt Pryor for not giving up, I guess, as Nazary Kanish, the Ukrainian, finishes in P8 ahead of Lila Petralia, Gennaro Olivero, and then we've got Braden Fowler, Funky in PLM ahead of Pablo Gutierrez, Luis Rubiales, Sarah Klein. Rounding out the non-labbed finishers, we've got Danny Bermudez and Evidas Kredarovicius, as well as Teja Sharma, all 1 or 2 laps down, also classified as finishers. So top 15 score points in race 1 and race 2, of course. We'll see what happens in the next 20-minute race.
I mean, reverse grid always gets us a bit of excitement at the start, so something we will definitely be looking for.
I don't know who I should go on board with, because Mr. Scoot and Marcel Miku both get electrifying starts. I think I'll go on board with Marcel Miku because he is the driver that is just basically alongside and behind Mr. Scoot, so we can see a bit of Mr. Scoot as well in his box view. But yes, it will be the Argentine, one of the debutants of the server, Gennaro Olivero from Pearl. Who do you think will win this race, Asa? I know that's a hard question to predict, but do a
Very
prediction.
difficult, but I mean, Mr. Scoot maybe. That's my guess.
Well, I'm still going to bet on Alex Romsix just because how fast he was in that race. Of course, he didn't have any traffic to deal with, and both Marcel Miku and Mr. Scoot had a bit of traffic to go through. Of course, Mr. Scoot did make that mistake himself, I believe, into the final corner that initiated Marcel Miku's brilliant quadruple overtake. Well, if Marcel Miku wants to get on the podium, he might have to pull off the same achievement in the second race, as we are just 10 seconds away from the red lights being illuminated. It will be Gennaro Olivero and Leila Petralia from the front row, as lights are coming on right now for the second race and the final race of the Mx5 series tonight. It's lights out, and away we go, and Marcel Miku immediately pulls to the right-hand side, to the inside to try to overtake. I believe that is Maverick in front of him. It's a good start from Leila Petralia around the outside. Can she go all the way around the outside to take the lead? She's trying to, and I think she's done it. And there's drama at the back, but nobody has well, lost a significant ground. Oh, somebody has. There's 2 cars off in turn 1, but yeah, that is not enough for a red flag. What a start by Mr. Scoot. He is up to 5th and diving to the inside. It's Twist. He's trying to make a double overtake in the hairpin. He's passed Denise Ferreira up into P3. And Rom6 and Mr. Scoot, our season 16 championship contenders, are side by side down towards the corkscrew. We're going to go on board with Alex Rom6, who backs off. So, poor start from Marcel Miku in the end. He only jumps up, or didn't even jump up any spots. But it's a great start from Rom6 and Mr. Scoot, as Twist now passes Ferreira up into P3, and now Ferreira is under all sorts of pressure from Mr. Scoot and Rom6. A bit of contact between Ferreira and Scoot tucks back in to try to close the door on Rom6. Rom6 goes to the inside, and Mr. Scoot just going to take the stream of Ferreira. This is going to be crazy down towards the braking zone. Ferreira looking to the inside and braking later than Twist, and Ferreira retakes 3rd position, but Twist will get better drive around the outside, and Twist holds on to P3, side by side between the championship contenders. Rom6 backs off again. Mr. Scoot retains P5. Asa.
What a crazy start, and I mean, Scoot really has to push right now.
Yes, he's
There's a
making
bit of contact there, and I mean, I want to say he has to push because Rom6 is just so close to him. But
and Maverick dive to the inside forward.
What is that?
Maverick went for an audacious dive, and Mr. Scoot is down to P11. P10, I beg your pardon. Maverick saw the opportunity, went to the inside, Whether that was clean or not, I think he did get alongside all the cars, but it was audacious. It was a 4-wide moment in turn 1. And who has lost out the most? It is Mr. Scoot, and now around 6, and Marcel Miko going 3 wide. I think Maverick might be retracing the positions. I'm not sure. I have no idea what is happening right now. But Marcel Miko to the inside of Rom 6. They resume their battle from season 16. But look at Rom 6. He has cleared. Oh, he's sliding. He's gone onto the curb, bro. And he's lost all the positions he's gained. Look at the bad exit that Rom 6 is going to get. Matt Pryor will pass him. Marcel Miko has already passed him. And Maverick surely will also pass him. But he chooses to bump draft Rom 6. So Matt Pryor will be the driver that gets lost there around the outside and twists to the inside of a Gennaro and twists up into P2. Can he challenge Leila Petrali? The gap is already 3.5 seconds, but Twist has back the pace, and we know Leila's car is very oversteery, and Rom6 still behind Matt Pryor, and diving to the inside is Mr. Scooter Maverick. He wants a revenge. They made contact in a 4-wide moment a lap ago at turn 1. Rom6 to the inside of Matt Pryor. He's turned Pryor around. He's turned Matt Pryor around. That could be a hefty penalty for a race 1 winner. Rom6 weekend may have gone from incredible to devastating.
I mean, we should just skip race 1s and immediately go to race 2s because the excitement we have each time is just immeasurable.
I don't know how I didn't lose my breath. That was about 2 minutes of action, just non-stop, but they are not stopping anytime soon because Mr. Scoot is really fast and he is now right behind Maverick, and he needs to get in front of Maverick to catch the train up ahead, which is currently held up by Gennaro Oliveira, who's under pressure from Denise Ferreira, and Ferreira has to be careful here. If he can't get past Oliveira fast enough, Marcel Miko is there to pounce, and Marcel Miko gets a perfect exit. And could this be a double overtake? I don't think in Mx5 cars you can go that fast on the straight, but maybe Marcel Miko can do something unimaginable, just like in race 1. Marcel Miko is pulling to the inside. He's going for the double overtake. Can Marcel Miko do it? Of course he can, but he cuts the curb a bit wrong. And look how he's getting turned. What a save! What a save by Marcel Miko and Gennaro Oliveira. Using all of the track width and a bit more, he almost turned Marcel Miko round. They somehow stay alive and still side by side down towards the final corner. Mr. Scoot couldn't pass Maverick just yet. I think they were bump drafting and walking with each other as Leila Petralia sets the fastest level of the race and has a 4-second advantage on Twist. To the inside is Oliveira trying to defend the position of Ferreira. Ferreira will get the better run. Ferreira gets a cutback, and they are gonna go side by side down towards the hairpin, Arthur.
They keep amazing me with the saves they're able to pull off, because that was crazy. That could have ended 3, but no. Both held on to it. But yeah, talk about ending 2 cars' races. There go
Ferreira and Oliveira. I think that was Ferreira going deep at the hairpin, and he was on the outside of Oliveira. I don't know if it's Oliveira closing the door on Ferreira or Ferreira returning to the track dangerously because he was wide, but their line just crossed paths. And both of the first 2 row starters have dropped back after an incident with each other, and that is going to be very disappointing for Sandy Burge in the chat, because the driver that you support is down in P11 as Oliveira immediately under pressure from Pablo Gutierrez. We've got a change for P5, that is Rom6 the inside and passing Mr. P5. Up into P5 goes Rom6. He is now on a charge. He might have a penalty on his name because of that incident with Matt Pryor in the final corner, but for now all the Hungarian can do is to go and go as far ahead as possible as Ferreira repasses, I believe, Oliveira, or no, that's it, Oliveira now dropping back again. He's dropped behind Pablo Gutierrez as well as Ferreira. Wait, how did Ferreira go up to P8? Wasn't he P11 a moment ago? That is very bizarre as Kanish, the Ukrainian, now drifting through turn 1. What a drift! That is sensational.
every moment something is happening. It's unreal how crazy this is right now. Deja Sharma in the pits right now. Uh,
Yeah.
that might be a retirement or a
I
stop
think
or back in pit.
he
I
has
think it's a
retired. Yeah,
retirement.
he doesn't have the pace tonight. Clearly, probably didn't even get to practice before the race, which is not going to be possible anymore because with such a huge grid that we got this season, season 17, if you don't do practice, you are miles behind other drivers. It's now changed for
Huge grid and new tracks as well.
indeed, very true. Bump drafting between Maverick and Rom6, so Maverick is now pushing Rom6 ahead. He knows there's no point battling with the Hungarian driver who dominated race 1. So by pushing Rom6 forward, Maverick can also try to gap the angry pack behind him, which is now consisting of Pablo Gutierrez and Denis Ferreira. The how do you call it? The Portuguese and the Spaniard is now trying to fight it out for P7. As Marcel Mico sets the fastest lap of the race, but he is 8 seconds off the lead. It might be a chance for second as Ferreira, I believe that is, completely goes off that. But yeah, that should be a track limit warning, and he's braking later than Gutierrez, and Gutierrez gets scared off, doesn't hit the apex. This is a chance for Ferreira, he's clearly faster. Oh, a spin for Gennaro Oliveira for the second time tonight. That is so unfortunate for the Argentine, who was tumbling down to P15, and he's not returning to the track. Yeah, he has given up.
Very unfortunate there. But still, we have some good battles going on right now into the corkscrew. Gutierrez still in the chase. Bit too such curve there ahead, but that doesn't really matter right now.
Yeah.
Slipstream won't be that effective right now, I think.
No, Slipstream is not as effective in these cars compared to F3. In F3, it is actually really powerful. You can gain so much even if you don't have DRS on lap 1. But of course, with DRS, it's almost a slam dunk move for a straight as long as this one on the back straight. But yeah, we also got Matt Pryor after getting spun by Romsik in the final corner when they were battling for P5. He's recovered up to P10. And now looking at the back of Nazari Kanish, and it should be a relatively easy move. Matt Pryor does have the pace, not of the podium contenders, but definitely faster than your midfield drivers. So we've got a couple of battles on our hands, as well as Rom6, who has closed the gap to Mr. Scoot ever so slightly.
I mean, that is still such an interesting thing to Mr. Scoot as well as still trying to chase Marcel Miku for P3.
That is true. We've got Nazari Kanish now defending the inside line and completely missing the corner. But somehow he still went through there faster than Matt Pryor. I thought with such a horrible exit, it would be a slam dunk overtake from Matt Pryor. But Pryor must have made a mistake on the corner entry to not be able to make the move. Well, he's standing in the corkscrew. That is a textbook dive to the inside for Matt Pryor. And he takes P9 away from Kanish. Battle for P11, we've got Rubiales pressurizing poor Funky, who is now approaching 7 a.m. and still haven't slept. As the race goes on, the time that he stays up goes on as well, but he's done a good job in the corkscrew and pulling away slightly. On Rubiales, the double P11 wouldn't be the worst result in the world. Of course, he would have wanted better, because if he's more sober, clearly he would have had more pace. But you know, sometimes when you join a European server, well, this is the problem. You have time zones, and I believe that was Funky going off as well as Rubiales at the end of the back straight. But yes, Rom6 is now 8 tenths of a second behind Mr. Scoot, and this could be our tightest battle to the end of the race.
What I think we'll also see maybe at the end of the race still big, but Twiz is gaining on Layla Petralia right now.
Yeah, but I think he needs to
Ever
worry
so
about
slightly.
Marcel Miku, doesn't he? I think Miku is catching him way
Yeah.
faster than he is catching Layla. Unless Layla makes a huge error, she should be fine with the gap that she has. As Matt Pryor gets the hairpin absolutely shockingly wrong. Kanish is to the inside, and the battle for P9 is not over yet. Kanish to the inside of Corkscrew. He's gonna do what Matt Pryor did to him a lap ago, but Matt Pryor round the outside. You'll get the better round for the second part, and Kanish tries to leave Matt too much space, drives off the track. Matt gives him a bit of space. Kanish gets on the curb, so has to counter steer to correct his car. That was why they made a bit of contact on the exit, but that was okay. And now Matt Pryor will get the slipstream down the back straight. And can he pass Kanish? Down towards the braking zone once again. He's looking to the inside. Goes Matt Pryor. He brakes later. Can he make the corner? Yes, not really. But Kanish doesn't have an overlap. Matt Pratt defends the inside aggressively. Kanish bumping again, and looking to the inside of the Panama corner, but the door has been slammed shut in Kanish's face by Matt Pryor.
Beautiful move. That was a bit too shaky. You don't want that on the exit of a straight.
No, but we saw that from Kanish in race 1. He's done the same drift 2 races in a row. Fantastic car control, and he's still putting Matt Pryor under pressure.
Talking about pressure, Rom6 getting ever so close to Mr. Scoot right now. They're both in the corkscrew. The straight will be really defining on
Scoot's gone deep.
what will happen next.
Scoot's gone deep in corkscrew. He's got such a terrible accident. Look at Romsey gaining all the time. But Mr. Scoot just edging ahead on the straights. Marcel Miku is also less than a second behind Twist. Can Rom6 dive to the inside? He is looking. Mr. Scoot doesn't defend it. Rom6 breaks later. Mr. Scoot can't turn in. Rom6 textbook overtake. Mr. Scoot will try to revenge though. Around the outside of the Paloma corner. This is gonna be tricky. Well, this is a third to last corner, I beg your pardon. Now we are into the Panama corner. Rom6 is still edging ahead on the inside. Mr. Scoot tries to turn in. He needs a hang there to get inside of the final corner. And Rom6 leaves Scoot a lot of space on the inside. They're playing very politely because this is still round 1 of the brand new season. If this is the last round, they're not going to be that kind to each other, as Matt Pryor almost makes contact with Kanish in that little box-to-box. But Rom6 has completed the move, and Marcel Bequist to the inside of Twist, down towards the hairpin. And this might be a double P2 finish for Marcel Miku. He is clear ahead, and Twiz is not really fighting this one. He's actually bump drafted Marcel Miku on the exit. I think Twiz has realized he doesn't have the pace. He doesn't want to waste time with Marcel Miku, because if he fights Marcel Miku, these two could come into play. But these two are fighting very hard now. Mr. Scoot going with the different lines. The corkscrew, Matt Pryor and the Kanish meanwhile makes another bit of contact at the hairpin. But look at the run that Romsey gets through corkscrew. Mr. Scoot is too slow in corkscrew, it seems. And Maverick is joining this battle.
Maverick just be trying to get out of that P5 situation he's in right now, but if it will work, that's another story. It's just so clear that this season will mainly be about consistency, consistently getting points, which Marcel Miku is doing right now, but it's something Rom6 and Scoot will also have to look into, so to say.
The battle for P9 has also become a 3-car fight. Pryor going to the inside, Funky going to the outside. They have completely... Oh! Well, that is rather unfortunate. Kanish making contact with Funky, and Matt Pryor is off into the sunset for P9. There was 1 outside, 1 inside, 1 in the middle, 3 wide into a tight corner, and contact happened. And contact happened between Kanish and Funky. And unfortunately, the 3-way battle ended rather prematurely. Twist, meanwhile, is holding on to the back of Marcel Miku. Can he push Marcel to catch Layla? Surely there isn't enough time, is there?
I mean, if they gained quite a bit last lap, if they can keep on gaining, then I think we have either way we'll have a surprise winner from our predictions.
They
but
gained
still, it's
1.6.
kind of a natural, yeah.
They gained 1.6 seconds last lap. This could still be on. Well, Twist is not close enough to actually give another bump draft on the back straight this time, so it's all on Marcel Miku's shoulders to try to close the gap. The gap is down to 3 seconds. Maverick close to Mr. School down the braking zone, and Mr. School just unsettles the car ever so slightly on the inside curb, and Maverick is looking at another P5 finish. But did he finish P4 or P5? I think he did finish P4 last race, didn't he? So, well, if he finishes P4 and then P6, the average is P5. Can't escape it. He can never escape it.
It's something he will be marked with for eternity.
Definitely. Showing a bit of love of the midfielders. Now, Luis Rubiales, I believe, is battling with his compatriot Daniel Bermudez. Spaniards are fighting for P12 and P13. And since only 15 drivers will finish this race, every finisher will get a point. Or 2 or 4 if you finish further ahead than 15s. But yeah, I think we're on to the penultimate lap of the race. The gap at the front is down to 2.5 seconds. I think Twist just doesn't have the pace to keep giving Marcel Miku the bump drafts. So I don't think it's going to be close enough. Or yeah, Marcel Miku won't have enough time. As now, I believe that is Rubiales looking to the inside of Bermudas, but couldn't pull the move off at turn 1. Mr. Scoot has been passed. Did he make another mistake in the corkscrew? Maverick is up to 5th.
I mean, Maverick has pace, but I don't want to be a bit pessimistic about him. But I think Mr. Scoot must have made a mistake for Maverick to pass him, and the gap to Rom6 to be that big again.
Mr. Squid immediately on the revenge tour to the inside of the third to last corner, to the inside of the penultimate corner. Maverick needs to hang there to get inside of the final corner, but it's really hard to completely hang it all the way around the outside there, and he does back off sensibly. Sensible driving from Maverick because Mr. Scoot does go slightly wider. This is now a battle for P5. Romzik is long gone, and Leila Petralia into the final lap. 2.2 second lead on Marcel Miku. She just needs to keep it on the road to win a race on the opening round of the season.
Petralia off.
Oh my god, what
She
happened
was
there?
in the gravel. Marcel Miku right now, just
What?
so close.
Oh my god, has she thrown it away? Surely not. There are what? About 7 corners remaining. This is all or nothing for Leila Petralia. She's worked so hard in the first 19 minutes 40 seconds of the race, but she needs this final half lap to be perfect. Marcel Miku using the wider arc to get more momentum. Leila Petralia on the defensive. Marcel Miku not flashing his headlights incidentally to try to scare Leila off, but this will be one crucial braking zone. Leila Petralia needs to get it right, and does she get it right? She does. Little bit of slide on exit.
Now, but the pressure is still high, man.
It is. There are 3 corners remaining. These are fast corners. You can easily go off if you're not careful. Marcel Miku is right there, like a lion, like a shark, ready to pounce. Leila Petralia has 1 corner remaining. She's made it difficult for herself, but she can get out of the final corner clearly when she does. Leila Petralia wins race 2 here at KAZAN. And Marcel Miku with a brilliant recovery drive once again. P10 to P2 in race 1, P9 to P2 in race 2. He doesn't have the pace tonight, but Marcel Miku, the race pace king, comes out trumps again, even though he didn't win any race tonight. He's still going to be quite pleasant about his performance. And Maverick, I think, finished behind Mr. Scoot. And so he's going to finish P4 and P6 in the 2 races tonight. So if we're not actually finished P5 at the end of the races, but as we said, the average is P5.
What a race. I mean, race 2 always delivers, but this one got me at the edge of my seat, especially with Petralia going off there.
Got trouble for Funky as well. The Australian drops down to P14 in the end. I believe he was P11 or maybe 12 when he was battling there. So unfortunate for the Australian, who is now at 7:06 a.m. Yeah, he needs to go to bed immediately.
I mean, Bermudez just got a 60-second penalty there at
Oh
the end of
God.
the race.
That is
Not something
suboptimal.
you want to have.
But yeah, I'm looking at the replay. It kind of works right now. Leila Petrali on the final lap into the hairpin. She brakes way too late into the gravel. Gets back immediately. My goodness me. If that was an F3 race, she would have potentially got stuck there and she would have gone from P1 to P last on the final lap. But luckily, these MX5 cars does get out of the gravel and I'm lagging again, so I'm going to get out of the replays and watch Leila Petralia celebrate a season opener victory in race 2 here in season 17 at KAZAN. Funky at a drive-through. That is unfortunate. I assume that is for 7 cutting warnings, but yeah, even though the limit is quite high at, well, you get 6 safety nets essentially, it's still very easy to get cuts. And we have been joined by 3 drivers. We'll start with you, Leila Petralia, if you're here. I know you're still doing donuts.
Yep, hello, hello.
We'll talk about race 2 first because you won that, but with a mistake on the final lap. What happened there? That was
Oh yeah, I
almost
completely
heartbreak.
misjudged it. I completely misjudged it. It was great though.
Well,
A good shot of adrenaline towards the end.
that is true. I mean, the gap was about 4.5 seconds throughout the race, but Marcel Mico went pretty fast in the second half of the race to close the gap to 2.5 seconds. And then the final half a lap, into the final half a lap, you only had the advantage of 3 tenths. Were you shaking the final 3 corners? Were you praying that you just don't go off?
Nah, I was completely. I was not shaking. Yes, nervous, but not shaking. Like I had it under control by not having it under control. That's that's the best way to explain it. But yeah, Risto has been great. And even though I've been keeping track of my cuts since 9 minutes left into the race because I was